Welcome back, Wolfpack. Vrelis here, and Landon making a good point. Miltank is a really good cleric in Pokemon, that it has like a lot of heal, a lot of support, and it's going to be a pretty cool Pokemon. I haven't seen Miltank really been used crazily in doubles, so we're going to see how Miltank does against Volcarona Murkrow. Oh, that opponent setup looks just as nasty as the Klefki Miltank. Murkrow is going to set up that taunt onto Klefki, shutting it down almost immediately. And yeah, no Thunder Wave right there. Volcarona is going to get the Bug Buzz in. Not going to try to set up the Quiver Dance. Would have been a little free, but get some good damage onto Miltank. And Volcarona is showing its Life Orb. So Miltank's got that Curse now, and he's going to set up defensively, which is going to be an interesting thing to see. So Klefki's kind of shut down, and what do we have? Leftovers, it looks like. So Murkrow going to have to show here. So Thunder Wave's going to land onto Klefki. And Klefki's staying in, so I guess he's going to try to throw down that Foul Play if it can. And Volcarona, there's the Quiver Dance coming in from Volcarona. He knows that, Miltank's going to be a one-hit. It's setting up Curse. It's not too much of a problem right now. And Klefki's going to get its Foul Play onto Murkrow. Alright, not very effective. I wasn't expecting that. And return's going to come from Miltank. Crit hacks into the Volcarona. Oh, I was not expecting that. Like, even with the +1 from Curse, would it have been a natural just KO like that? The opponent tries to take the advantage, and he gets punished for it severely. I wouldn't even call that like too much of a misplay, because if you think about it, free Quiver Dance, Klefki's not going to be able to shut anything down, and Miltank wasn't showing any threat at the moment. So now we have Scizor coming against Miltank, and this is going to be interesting for sure, because Miltank does have that +1 defense. It's paralyzed now, and Scizor is known as a massive damage Pokemon. Not really doing a lot. Bell Chimes, there cures the paralysis and all that. So, not bad. Klefki's cured, Miltank's cured. Miltank has the Milk Drink up its sleeve as well, and Foul Play is going to land on the Scizor, doing a good amount of damage, just kind of showing how much damage that Scizor, like the offensive bulk that Scizor has, if it would hit itself with a 90 base power Dark move. So Taunt's going to come back onto Klefki, not going to let it set up that Reflect or anything. Bullet Punch is going to come in as well, not be enough to knock out Miltank. Klefki, he knew the taunt was coming, just threw out the Foul Play, and Milk Drink is going to come in onto the Miltank. So Murkrow is probably going to really want to taunt Miltank as well right now, or try to paralyze it again. It's a bit of a hard setup right now. Now Miltank is going to be able to return the Murkrow, and Klefki might even have a chance to KO Scizor with that Foul Play. So we're going to see how this turn goes down. Ooh, Scizor going with the U-turn instead though. Going to try to chip some damage into Miltank, still not a lot. And Scizor just going to fall back. Now we have Gengar. Okay, so regular Gengar in doubles, not going to be Mega because we already saw the Mega Scizor. And Miltank is just going to return onto Murkrow. Looks like the opponent was going to try to like get a sneaky play in there by seeing if return would miss on the Gengar. But Miltank's going to recover some health. Murkrow's going to Roost, so Murkrow just untouchable right now to an extent. That it has the Roost, it has Taunt, it has Thunder Wave. It's being very disruptive, but it's not worth investing too much onto. And Gengar throwing down a huge Hex. But Heal Bell is going to come in, remove Klefki of its burden, and Foul Play is going to wreck Gengar, is what I'm expecting. Maybe not a one-hit KO, but ooh, I was expecting more than half though, maybe a two-hit KO. But looks like we do have the Black Sludge tankier Gengar. So that is a good combo, Thunder Wave is going to set up into the Hex. Hex is going to make up for the lack of special attack investment, or at least just add bonus damage instead of a Shadow Ball. And Murkrow is going to Thunder Wave back onto Klefki. So Murkrow is just kind of doing his thing. He can't really do much more than what he's already done. So Dark Pulse is going to come in from the Gengar, not going to do much damage on the Klefki, but Miltank is not being respected right now by the opponent, and Foul Play is not going to do much to Murkrow. So Miltank is going to return onto Gengar, and here's something I actually forgot about, Scrappy. Miltank's got Scrappy, and I think the opponent wasn't expecting that as well. So just kind of surprise, Scrappy, boom, going to knock out the Gengar, and now Scizor is in trouble because Foul Play is going to knock out Scizor. Return might even have some KO potential as well, and Thunder Wave is doing his thing. So that one Curse setup, followed by the early punish on the opponent, really making it a hard time, and Klefki going to eat that Bullet Punch, going to go down. Klefki wasn't really doing too much anyway, so that was alright, and Heal Bell is going to make it to where Miltank it's not paralyzed anymore, so it should be somewhat safe. Murkrow's still being very annoying, though, overall. And now the answer to Scizor is, what's this going to be? Gyarados comes in. So Gyarados has Intimidate. Actually, that Intimidate is going to shut down Scizor pretty hard right now. If you think about it, you know, can't switch out, doesn't have any U-turn targets, I believe, because Volcarona went down, Gengar went down. So that it's going to have to stay with that lowered attack. Mold Breaker is not really going to affect too much, and Murkrow is going to pack the taunt on the Miltank, finally drawing out the Miltank, and Bullet Punch is going to come in onto Gyarados. Scizor wants to make this like a 1v2, but it's just not going to happen. So Return's going to hit Murkrow. Murkrow has that priority roost, so Murkrow is going to be a really tough Pokemon to take down, and Gyarados is going to want to just try to remove Scizor or Murkrow. So there's the roost. Saw it coming. And I think Ice Fang just missed on the last turn. So Ice Fang is going to land onto Murkrow, going for that. But Murkrow with the Eviolite is just not going anywhere. U-Turn's going to hit Gyarados super effective, even with that super effective hit, not doing a lot. And Return on the Murkrow, still not showing enough damage to knock out the Murkrow. But Miltank can eat. I feel like Miltank has a good chance of winning this, even in a 2v1. Because if it stays untaunted for a turn, it's going to get more curse against Scizor. And I think Scizor is like just not being seen as a threat right now. So Waterfall's going to come in on the Scizor, just get that neutral damage in there, feint Scizor, and now Murkrow is in trouble. Murkrow is going to roost until it runs out, and then it's just going to get KO'd from there. So a lot of damage coming in with the double up from Gyarados and Miltank. Murkrow's time is numbered. Taunts worn off. Gyarados going to just kind of have the damage, and Murkrow's like trying to hacks out with the Thunder Wave, but not much can be done at this point, and that's going to be game from Miltank, just providing a lot of status removal. In singles, Heal Bell is very reliable. In doubles, we saw Heal Bell work several times, you know, just kind of, Murkrow loses 2 turns for the 1 if you think about it. Paralyze, Paralyze, 1 turn from Miltank removes both paralysis. Taunt keeping Klefki shut down though. If Taunt wasn't on that, that would have been a much more filthy battle to watch. And overall, everything traded really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day.